completed by the architects, and similarly the code is completed by the developer and the test cases executed by the testers. Okay, what are the key issues in what we discussed so far? Let's take create first, which is define and design. I'll go one by one so that everyone are on the same page, and it's easy for everyone to understand what exactly I'm talking about. So defects and rework costs. What do these lead to? They lead to, let me quickly take my pen out. Okay, defects and rework costs. What do these lead to? They lead to problems with features and needs that are fixed later and are very, very costly. Okay. How do we face this challenge, or how do we take care of this challenge? How do we provide a resolution to this? Provide facilities to ensure that all stakeholders are working towards the same goal with no surprises in between. No surprises are not at all welcome, right? So in order, we have to have a facility in place to ensure all stakeholders are working in tandem. Limited and end user involvement. The end user who gave the requirements, he has a limited involvement in the product, in the project. And what does this lead to? End user miscommunication means limited adoption and quality issues, right? If the end user would have said that I want the logo in my net application to be on the right side, and if the logo is in the middle, he's going to immediately say this is not acceptable, and that gives birth to a defect, which is not acceptable, right? So show the end user simulations so that they know what's coming in and they can give a feedback. So taking the example what I gave, if I show even before developing, during the requirement gathering and management phase itself, if I tell me, when I say I as a software provider or as a system integrator company, if I show without much delay into developing, or not waiting till the development happens, during the requirement phase itself, if I show them simulations, they'll realize that the logo, what I had said, was supposed to be on the right side and it's in the middle, and it gives a feedback. You can fix it then and there itself so that a bug is not born, right? Lack of real-time tracking. Untracked projects lead to scope creep, compromise, squeezing. How do we fix it? Tracks and trace delivery status from major development. Okay, I think the screen is getting updated. Okay, I'm just trying to see. Okay, tracks and trace delivery status from major development systems so scope creep is avoided. Slow product delivery cycles. How are deliveries not being met? Gathering and tracking requirements holds the entire SDLC process. How do we fix it? Bring everyone together to quickly get consensus on what to build to speed up the delivery process. Prioritization, planning, and execution becomes key in such scenarios. Moving on to execution, and that execution validate, which directly is in sync with development and testing phase of SDLC. What are the issues and what are the problems they give rise to? Quality cycles take too long. Testing takes too long. Customers have to decide between time to market and quality, which both are really important. If HDFC says that I am going to come up with a net banking by 1st April, and even on 1st of May if it is not delivered, then the time to market and quality, there has to be a balance. They cannot go live. They cannot meet time to market by compromising on quality. That's going to hit their end users badly, right? So risk-based test automation, making it possible to achieve adequate coverage across all functionalities. I don't know if the screens are getting updated as I'm speaking. Srilagna, can you just point out if at all something like that comes up?
Certainly. I am on the validate key issue screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what was original, and to move on to the next one, not in sync with business, right? what was originally designed isn't being tested for. Whatever is the requirement which was originally designed for is not being tested at all, and that's going to hit real bad. How are you going to meet it? Synchronize requirements and test management tools to automatically link test to evolving requirements. Performance problems. Who doesn't face performance problems? They are very much inculcated into a particular application development. Consumer expectations are being met. We know as on today some of the publicly available, widely used websites have performance problems. So how do you manage this? Ensure peak performance tests are carried out across critical business transactions. Moving on to the next one, testing assets are unorganized. There are many huge assets when it comes to a particular testing projects. They're totally unorganized. They have to be organized, given priority, and then taken up accordingly. So tracking tests internally and via third party is insufficient and expensive. Unify all testing activities and reports into one central hub for proper management visibility, one central source of truth. Put everything there, pick out those testing assets whenever required in an organized fashion. Okay, now I'm moving on to deploy and maintain, where delivery is the key. Let's see what are the key issues here. Agile teams not linked. Today, we know that lot of projects are getting into Agile. Everybody's talking about Agile. Everybody says we are Agile compliant. We have Scrum Masters in our projects, but we do see some issues there as well. Agile teams are not linked at all. Teams are operating on different tools. They're working in silos. And being in silos, they're not linked to the business needs at all, which is the ultimate factor on which the success of the project is going to be determined, the business needs, right? So how do we manage that? Synchronize all Agile team projects, regardless of the tools they are using, to achieve visibility for development and management. Issues take too long to resolve. If there's a bug, it takes too long to fix that bug. And linking code to custom issues is always a challenge. So end-to-end traceability provides okay, I'm just waiting for the screen to update. Yeah, I guess it is updated. So end-to-end traceability provides multiple entry points across the supply chain to resolve issues. Okay, let me give an example here. If a particular requirement is given by the customer, if that particular requirement is not taken care, as I said, a defect is born, and this defect, let's say, comes to notice during UAT, that goes to the tester. The tester then points finger at the developer. Developer says this was whatever requirement was given, it was coded based on that. Tester also says that whatever code was there, I did the I created test case based on that, and it failed. So you do not know where the culprit is sitting. Hence, it's very important to have an end-to-end traceability. Whatever requirement you are capturing, that needs to have a traceability to the design or the blueprint or a model, which again has a trace to the source code, which source code has a trace to a test case. In the same breath, I would like to say a requirement has to have a direct trace to a test case. That's when you have an end-to-end traceability, providing multiple entry points across the supply chain, and that easily resolves the issues. Global teams not in sync. You have many teams spread across the globe. You have a team in US, you have a team in UK, one in India, one in Singapore, or ANZ. They're not in sync. The popularity of globally distributed teams, or a GIT hub, is giving birth to a symptom of uncoordination, is giving birth to a symptom of bad communication and bad collaboration. So we need to ensure all team members are working on the correct artifact without heavy replication. Let me give you a quick example. If a developer is sitting in US and he's developing a code, and if another developer is sitting in India, he is developing a code on the similar application, then they have to work in tandem. Both the work cannot overwrite one another, or both cannot keep on writing the same code. That is a duplication of work or replication of work, which can prove to be very costly. So they have to be totally in sync, in collaboration, in communication, on the same page all the time to see to it these issues do not crop up. And many repositories, I spoke about single point of truth, single source of truth. Yes, we believe in single source of truth, but having many single source of truth is not a single source of truth, right? So having issues in one like in one repository and bugs in another repository, requirements in another repository, no, that's not how it has to be. Organize multiple repositories with a hub to maintain and track changes to all artifacts. You have to have it under one warehouse. All artifacts have to be sitting under one warehouse. Okay, so what is the desired outcome in this across SDLC in this create, validate, and deliver phase? What is the business advantage you get? Ideas being realized, ideas seeing light of the day. Okay, needs compliant results, and stakeholder satisfaction. The stakeholder has to feel that yes, this is exactly what I wanted, and you have delivered exactly the same thing, and I'm so happy, right? And how does validation and deliver end up with advantage realization? Congruence, that is, when I say congruence, is a dictionary word. Let me just explain it. Congruence means, as I just said, a customer saying, yes, this is exactly what I wanted, thank you so much, is being congruent with the work. And ideas give rise to business as usual. Explicitly understand needs, drive validation and delivery process. Single repository of project artifacts, we just spoke about it a minute back, and customer expectations are met. Okay, so just to do a kind of a recap in a very short time span, and with just using one slide, we spoke about in create, that is define and design phase, which is creation according to us. We spoke about unsatisfied customers, scope creep and rework, and product delays. And in validation, we spoke about inflexible schedules, inability to change quickly, inability to meet or handle or manage those change requests coming in quickly and very effectively, lack of insight, which is not having a proper control, not having proper visibility, which leads to not having proper predictability. We do not know where the project is heading to. Is it heading towards success or is it heading toward failure? If yes, how? In delivery, we spoke about performance problems, missed commitments, which is non-delivery on time. And apart from non-delivery on time, missed commitment can also mean not meeting the promises which you made when you told your end client that yes, this is what we are going to deliver as per the SLA or as per the project agreement. And reputational risks, yes, we certainly spoke about that. How do you handle this? In creation, you have to have a foundation to collaborate, create, innovate, and track. In validation, you need to test to increase quality and visibly validate business needs. In delivery, manage change to effectively deliver and manage the software, manage the application which you're developing. Okay. How have we, over the last few decades, been achieving helping our customers achieve success and achieve precision? Is through our various solutions, which are individually called as Caliber and Silk Central, under requirement management, and helping our partners establish governance in validation phase through Silk Central, which is test management, Silk Test for automation of functional testing, Silk Performer for performance testing, Silk Mobile for functional testing of mobile applications, providing quality and performance suites. In Deliver, we've been pioneers in providing providing control to our partners through a solution called Star Team, which takes care of change management in Agile and also in any other methodology. Right. So I think I am on time.